Good morning. My name is Joe Hess. I'm a volunteer with the Jewish National Fund, and I can assure you there are no pledge cards on the tables this morning. I come here for a different reason. And the reason is a case study of how the UN really works, how the UN offers of assistance to developing nations, and it depends on who is offering. In 2006, the Jewish National Fund of America applied for consultative status with the United Nations Economic and Social Council, commonly known as ECOSOC. The UN is famous for these sort of things, like ECOSOC and other names. The ECOSOC Charter, this is interesting, includes the promoting of higher standards of living and full employment, as well as economic and social progress, the identification of solutions to international economic, social, and health problems, the facilitating of international cultural and educational cooperation, and the encouraging of universal respect of human rights and fundamental freedoms. It has the power to make or initiate studies and reports on these issues. It also has the power to assist in the preparation and organization of major international conferences in the economic and social and related fields. The Council's broad mandate extends to over 70% of the human and financial resources of the UN. Presently, there are 2,800 NGOs in this category. 4 of them are Jewish. As a non-government organization, an NGO registered with the Department of Public Information of the UN, JNF can only participate in meetings open to NGOs. JNF sought this upgrade status so that it could testify and participate in ECOSOC meetings sharing expertise in key components of the UN's own Millennium Development Goals of 2015. Samples of areas of expertise that were offered included water reclamation, sustainable development, and forestation. After 2 sessions of the Committee on Non-Governmental Organizations held in January and May of this year, JNF was denied ECOSOC membership by a vote of 8-7, with 3 abstentions, 1 nation absent. Those voting in favor of JNF's application were the United States, United Kingdom, Israel, and I believe this is the first time Israel was allowed on this committee, Colombia, Romania, Turkey, and Peru. Those opposed were Qatar, Egypt, Sudan, Burundi, Russia, China, Guinea, and Cuba. Pakistan, India, and Angola abstained, and Dominica was not present the day of the vote. For my panel members and participants in this forum, please allow me to briefly present some background. The Jewish National Fund was founded in 1901 with a goal of raising money to purchase land in Palestine. This land was to be held in perpetuity for the Jewish people everywhere. From 1901 until the creation of the State of Israel in 1948, thousands of acres of land were purchased, mostly from absentee Arab landlords. Much of the land consisted of swamps, desert, and even the land designated for agricultural purposes had been neglected for centuries. The Jewish National Fund of America was established in 1926 as an independent 501c3 charitable organization raising funds exclusively in the United States in support of the purchasing of the land in Israel. After the establishment of the State of Israel, JNF US dedicated its efforts in Israel to support 6 major areas: ecology, forestation, water, community development within the June 4, 1967 borders, research and development, tourism, and recreation and education. This last fiscal year, we raised $60 million and have received the highest rating by the Charity Navigator and the Better Business Bureau. These factors were included in our ECOSOC application to establish that we were a U.S. organization, independently governed, fiscally solvent, as well as fiduciary responsible. To assist in the ECOSOC panel in delineating the world structure of the Jewish National Fund, we included the fact that we are, together with our partners in Israel, part of a family of 38 independent World Jewish National Funds, each having their own governance, constitutions, offices, and boards. For example, the Jewish National Fund of the United Kingdom, founded in 1939 as the J&F Charitable Trust, is an independent registered charity. J&F's work has made it a global environment leader with an extraordinary record of land reclamation, including the planting of over 240 million trees. Its efforts in water management include the building of 200 reservoirs for capturing winter rain runoff and the storage of recycled water for agricultural purposes. J&F also plays an important part in the advancement of research in sustainable development. As an example, a Water Technologies and Environmental Control Conference held 2 weeks ago in Israel attracted representatives from over 70 countries. One of the projects showcased was a cooperative effort with Jordan to address the Mediterranean fruit fly. Previously, it had damaged over 260 varieties of local vegetables and fruit in the region. Now that danger no longer exists, thanks to Israeli technology. It would have been simple to concentrate our efforts in Israel, ignoring the needs of the world, but the J&F, in response to requests from the developing world, reached out to share expertise developed over the short 60 years of Israel's existence. In 1991, we founded the International Arid Lands Consortium. It consists of 6 United States universities, the Jordanian Higher Council for Science and Technology, and J&F has included the Egyptian Ministry of Agriculture and Land Reclamation. Remember who voted against us. With the support of the United States Congress and the United States Forest Service, the ILC awarded nearly $1 million annually in research grants and sponsored a Peace Fellowship program in the region. To date, it has funded 79 research grants, 28 demonstration projects, and numerous special initiatives. In 2002, the ILC joined with the U.S. Agency for International Development, called USAID, to reestablish the agricultural sectors of the Afghani, Pakistani, and Jordanian economies. As a result, the ILC initiated a 4-year project with the USAID to provide Jordan with the technology needed to alleviate the country's agricultural water crisis and bring it closer to long-term regional peace. On a personal note, I have visited with our colleagues in Jordan many times, and I can attest to the success of this work. What I'm talking about now is working people to people, non-government. In the area of Wadi Musa, if you've been to Petra, that's where that is, a wastewater treatment plant was built that has provided much-needed agricultural water to the area's farmers. In Afghanistan and Pakistan, the ILC initiated training programs on managing water resources, irrigation techniques, enterprise development, and agricultural processing and marketing. The ILC has also opened the first electronic agricultural library in Afghanistan. In addition, J&F has provided its expertise and assistance to many developing nations and societies, including Burkina Faso, Chile, Timor, Jordan, Mexico, Nigeria, and the occupied Palestinian territories, Paraguay, and Turkey. At the UN annual NGO meetings, we have conducted informational sessions on water and sustainable development, which were highly successful and well received. So what happened? With what we have to offer, and I took considerable time to show it, especially to the developing world, why would we be excluded from the one area that would potentially improve so many people's lives? It was obvious from the outset of the January meeting of the NGO Selection Committee that the Palestinian and Syrian observers, by the way, they were the only observers in the room, were determined to defeat our application. Through the questions posed, we rapidly came to the conclusion that we were in a political fight and agreed to defer our application